Coming up on today's edition of Turnaround Siri, we're going to be watching another video, this time about rapper and reality star Safari, along with reality star musician Erica Mena, and why Safari cannot seem to keep his baby mama's name out of his mouth. Plus, I'm going to give you guys another free theoretical thought at the end. So join me for another edition of Turnaround Siri, because it's all new and it's coming up next right here on YouTube. I guarantee you it's going to be a damn good one. Previously on Turnaround Siri.
We listen and we don't judge. Huh? In 2022, I had found out my baby daddy had cheated on me with the neighbor upstairs. And I took him back, and after I took him back, he still kept on cheating on me with the same girl. Long story short, I got sick of it. I actually heard him physically up there in her apartment, so I went up there, and I actually shot the girl apartment up with her daughter, him, and the girl inside of it. I ended up going to jail, and the whole entire time I was in jail, he was pretending like he wasn't fucking with her. The whole entire time he was still fucking with her. I found out once I got back out, and I still took him back.
And now, Turnaround Siri. Musician and reality star Safari cannot seem to keep his baby mama Erica Mena's name out of his mouth. If you'll stick around for another edition of Turnaround Siri, which is coming up next on my YouTube channel, we're going to watch this particular video and let's find out whether or not Safari should keep mentioning Erica Mena's name in his mouth. And of course, yours truly is going to give you another free theoretical thought later on in the broadcast. Fellas, y'all should be often knowing my saying, and y'all should often be knowing my drill. So why don't y'all grab a quick snack and come on back, because y'all just might learn something. Turnaround Theory starts now. Roll the intro. What is up, everybody? Once again, it's your boy, Mr. Turnaround, aka Tenacious T. And I want to welcome you back to another edition of Turnaround Theory, which is aired on each and every Monday over the digital airways of YouTube. This is also the actual platform of where I normally give you guys a free theoretical thought on just about anything. Hey, listen, if you are new to my YouTube channel, I do want to personally welcome you. And if you are, in fact, a returning subscriber, welcome back. As a constant daily reminder, I want to remind you to please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my official YouTube channel. It would in fact help out, and it will be beneficial for the YouTube algorithm. And please don't forget to click on that post notification bell, because you, my friends, will instantly be notified every single time your boy posts up and upload more additional content onto the channel. Please be sure to follow me on all social media sites. There will be links provided in the description box below. If you also want to contribute to my YouTube channel through PayPal, there is also going to be a link provided in the description box below. And please don't forget to use the hashtag #TeenTurnaround that you see on your screen, because that lets me know personally that not only you're watching another edition of Turnaround Theory, but it just goes to show that you are supporting my channel in terms of the content that I post up, and I might send you a shout out right back. I do hope and pray that I have covered everything within this matter. And with that being said, let's hop on over into another edition of Turnaround Theory. So on today's episode of Turnaround Theory, we're going to be looking at reality star and rapper Safari along with Erica Mena, and why Safari can't seem to keep Erica Mena's name out of his mouth. I do want to encourage and invite you all to stay tuned, because at the end of today's edition of Turnaround Theory, I'm going to give you guys another free theoretical thought based on today's episode. And before we proceed on, shout out to River Jordan of River TV for posting up this video on her YouTube channel. I will try my very best to provide a YouTube link in the description box below for you to check out. She does have some great content for y'all to look at. So take a look at this video. This is reality star and rapper Safari, who's talking about not keeping Erica Mena's name out of his mouth. And of course, River Jordan is going to break it down to you of River TV on her YouTube channel. But why can't Safari seem to keep Erica Mena's name out of his mouth? Is it because of the kids? I don't know. But you watch the video and you let me know what you think, what's going on in the comment section below, because I can promise you I will be back shortly. Well, almost, surely, but you get the drift.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So, Safari actually went on rapper Gucci Mane's wife, Keisha Kayor's podcast, and I can tell you right now, just him getting on the podcast alone, even if he would have never mentioned his baby mama Erica Mena's name, her forehead vein was already popping out. Okay? She was already on one when she knew that he was going to be doing a podcast, but it ended up going viral. Well, clips of it ended up going viral because, of course, the host, Keisha Kayor, Gucci Mane's wife, ended up asking questions about the situation that transpired with Safari and Erica Mena, in which, you know, he posted on his social media as well as his YouTube channel of her basically going over his house, using a ladder to climb the fence.
Oh, what is that? Oh my God. What is that?
You were a deadbeat the day my sister married you.
And other things that transpired in the home, in which he ended up, calling the police on her so that she would leave.
Where are you going?
So the main point of the conversation, though they talked about many other things, was, centered around the situation that is going on with them.
A lot of things going on online, and I just feel like I wanted to give you the opportunity to clear your name. Because a lot of things I feel like you're being accused of. And I personally don't like it because I know you personally and I know you're a good person.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
In, in terms of their child support, in terms to his visitation with his children, and what the status is currently, going on with that situation, being as though Erica Mena is always painting the, quote unquote deadbeat dad narrative on her platform any chance that she gets.
I gotta sit back and watch my kids literally suffer already as it is because you're their daddy.
I want you to explain to the audience, when you have your children, Legend and Safari, when you have them on a day or a weekend, walk us through, you guys wake up during the day, going to bed, like what do you do with your kids?
With this court shit going on and me not going to her house, I refuse to go to her house to pick up the kids.
Right. So this is something that we briefly talked about before when I did the reaction to his entire conversation that he had over on his YouTube channel, in which he's, also stated that they did, when the two of them lived in Georgia, they had like everything set up after the divorce, the visitation, the child support and all that stuff was already configured. But now that the two of them have moved to Florida, Safari wants to do things by the books. And because they are not able to amicably co-parent currently, he does not want to go to her home to pick up their children.
It's an evil world we live in.
Until this thing is set up on paper and I know, okay, this is my time, because our court order had to be moved from Atlanta to here. Oh. So now it's like, okay, what is the new schedule and setup going to be? Because I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, I'm picking them up because you said it's okay to pick them up, and then you want me to drop them off.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Now, I saw a lot of people in the comment section who were saying like, oh, well, he could easily just like go to the school and pick up the kids. And it's so funny because he actually mentioned that within the interview.
I want it to be, okay, if it's Fridays, I pick them up from school, then Mondays, I bring them back to school, then it's like, okay, then that's what it's going to be. But in like real life, it's just a very unstable situation with me having to have any type of direct dialogue with her.
Now, I want to say, like, there's always this push against men, a lot of women were saying these things in the comment section, like, oh, if he wanted to, he would. And if he really wanted to be there, then he would, and he would do that. And, nobody would have to make all these excuses. But I think that people like to talk about these situations as if it is so easy to go the extra mile and try to fit into positions with your children. But they do not realize that when you are in a toxic situation, something as simple as meeting at common grounds or picking up the kids can turn into an exact catastrophe.
I'm out of here.
we already saw the video of what transpired when Erica Mena came there to pick up the kids. She came to his home, right, to pick up the kids, woke up, started all this drama in front of their children, and how that unfolded.
I have to put myself first because I'm either going to end up in jail or worse, because I'm dealing with someone whose anger management is just non-existent.
Did I do that?
Like, we saw it in real time. So I think it's very easy for people to say, like, oh, well, it's not that hard. You can just, do this, or you can just go to the house and pick them up, or you can just go to the school and demand that you're going to get them. But, it would be one thing if it was an amicable situation, but just like everybody who's in toxic baby mama situations know, that when that situation is not amicable, you are not going to go out of your way to cause unnecessary drama for yourself. Yeah. It's not going to happen, because all it takes is for you to pick up the kids on Friday and, plan that you're going to do all these elaborate things with them. And she tell you, no, they need to be home by this time. No, they got to be here at, when I wanted them here, because they're my kids. Like, it can just turn into toxicity so fast. And one thing I respect about Safari so much is that he is going, the route in which it may not make sense to a lot of people, but he is trying his best to protect himself any way possible.
She belongs to the streets.
Another thing is, I think that a lot of people assume that because Safari is, doing other things and he's taking other business ventures, like, I think that a lot of people are assuming that he is not hurt or distraught about the fact that he is not able to be around his kids just because he's not crying on social media every day.
It's horrible, because even like, when my daughter calls me and I'm like, okay, cool, I do want to get y'all, I want to see y'all.
So when was the last time you saw the kids?
4 months ago.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
So doesn't that bother you?
Of course it bothers me. I have to be strong, number one. And number two, I know it's not going to be like this forever.
Here he stated that he has not seen his kids in 4 months and how it's very difficult and stuff like that. And, people are like, oh, I could never, go into this situation. But what people don't understand is that when somebody is dealing with a toxic situation, they have to literally disassociate from the situation. That's the only way that they'll be able to function. Because if Safari was to really sit down and think about the actions or the hoops that he has to jump through just to be able to be around his kids with this toxic person, allegedly, in the middle, then he wouldn't be able to function. He wouldn't be able to make any money. He wouldn't be able to succeed. And that's the thing, is that a lot of times when a lot of the women turn vindictive in nature, when the relationship doesn't go their way, they have no problem with that man, crashing out.
Will you pull yourself together?
They're okay with it. They're okay if he's depressed every day, if he's, emotionally unwell. They want their men to be like Tyrese was, crying on the internet.
I'm at $13,000 a month. What more do you want from me? Oh my God.
Like, women are completely okay if it seems as though you are broken up, distraught, or, broken down by the fact that you are unable to be around their kids, because they want you to feel the way that they feel because of the fact that the relationship did not work out, and they use the children as troops.
Stay put, everyone, because when I come right back, I'm going to give you guys another free theoretical thought to today's episode right after this.
A lot of these women have these egos, and that's why they don't have no man, because they have the ego. Because of their state or their misery, they want company. So they gather their troops by talking about their common enemy, the man, because that's the only place that they're able to get fulfillment. Because any man that comes around them or comes in their space, they run them away with their attitude, with their disrespect, with their unwillingness to compromise. So let me try to convince other people that married people are unhappy so that we can all keep each other as friends by saying that they don't need a man, so that they can have company. They don't want men, don't need men, don't want to be with men, don't want to marry no man. They just want to be by themselves. If men are all of these things and you don't need them, who are you with? Who are you with intimately? Who's sleeping in bed with you at night? Nobody. And you just so happy. Like, you just so happy with yourself. A lot of these women walk around with this ego and this arrogance. And that alone is what keeps them single.
If women secretly wasn't okay with polygamy, there would be no side chicks. But a lot of women are okay with being in polygamous relationships as long as it's done surreptitiously. Publicly, they might condemn it. Publicly, they might be like, nah, I'm above that. But secretly, they like,
I get that.
A lot of women don't accept the reality that men take respect over love any day. Any day, every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Respect me before you love me. And then women position themselves where it's like, well, I'll take safety over love.
Damn. Safety, huh?
So as long as I feel safe with you, I don't have to be in love with you. Because I'll marry the man that I respect before I marry the man that I'm in love with.
You know what? Whew. When you say that out loud,
She ain't lie.
that makes some sense.
Yeah, no, she didn't lie.
I have no rebuttals.
Because even the safety, immediately when you said safety, I'm like, no. In my head, I'm like, no, they want to marry somebody that's financially keeping them safe.
And it's so many different
protect.
It's so many different layers to safety.
But mine,
emotionally,
keeping them safe.
But I don't have to be in love with my husband because I'm not gonna always.
You're not gonna always.
No.
Yeah.
But if I'm safe, where the I'm going? I'm right here.
Nah, they seriously believe their own lie. And the craziest part is everything they ever projected onto you about the cheating, the lying, the not appreciating them, how insecure you are literally microcosms of delusions that they live with. See, to a narcissist, it's everybody else's job to live up to these standards, their standard. Meanwhile, they ain't got no morals, values, principles by which they live their own life. So consider that. Someone who has expectations out of everyone else, yet is completely blinded by their ego, their need for admiration, and need to be right, their control, their jealousy, and their rage, is trying to tell you that you need to change. Make it make sense, please. And nope, ain't no changing them. Ain't no convincing them to seek therapy for their issues. You know, the issues they tell you they didn't have in the first place, yet everything in their current life and their past, they seem to be the common denominator in every single problem they experience. Who would have thought? The craziest part, you don't even see how delusional they are until you get out of the matrix and realize they plugged you into deceit while you were still conscious. Wait, how the did that even happen?
The sooner you know this about women, the better. Every man must understand that women will betray you. It's not a matter of if, it's just when. That's just a part of being a man. Women will lie to you, cheat on you, stab you in the back. Shit, they might even steal from you. But if you show up in situations dealing with women not understanding this shit, all you're doing is setting yourself up to get hurt time and time again. So as a man moving forward, you have to know in the back of your mind, the woman that's next to you, there's a good chance that she'll betray you. You got to be okay with that. That's a part of being a man.
Women are very egotistical. We tend to allow our heads to get so big. We are now comfortable being the captain. We're not comfortable being someone that's sitting behind the captain or a co-captain. We want to be the captain with stipulations that not all captain duties I have to have. Like, you want to be the man, but you don't want to build anything. Right. You don't want to fix anything. Right. You don't want to actually do the hard labor things that men will do in order for you to have what men produce. Right. It's very manipulative.
You shouldn't argue with women because at the end of the day, their perception of the world is based on their feelings. They don't see facts. They see good, bad, fair, unfair, what should and what shouldn't be. You tell a woman 2 + 2 is 4 and she don't like you or 4, you just became a bigot, a homophobic, transphobic. You hate your mom. They don't argue to understand. They want you to know how they feel and they want you to validate how they feel. Anytime you listen to a woman talk, you tell them something, the first thing that come out of their mouth, that's mean, that's rude, that's not fair. Who cares if it's mean, rude, or unfair? It's a fact.
I think we live in a crazy system of dating. There's women that believe that they can give as little as possible, as minimal as possible, and men are expected to fund their entire life. Pay bill, rent, car payments. It's a system where women can take and take and take, but when asked to give, men are met with a lot of hesitation or downright refusal. Relationships, marriages are give and take on both sides. And if you are looking to be financially dependent upon a man, that he has to meet certain standards, financially, looks-wise, spiritually, personality-wise, maybe have a little bit of status, We cannot get mad at that man for having standards. You have standards. That man is allowed to decide. He's worked hard enough to decide what he wants in his life, what it looks like, what it sounds like. And shaming that is immature.
The woman that's going to end up being single forever is the one that hates being accountable for the things that they've caused in a relationship. The moment they're confronted by their man about something they've done that he didn't appreciate or like, rather than accepting accountability and saying, hey, I'm sorry, we'll work on this together, we'll grow together, instead she'll either one, blame him for being the reason why she did what she did, or two, what she'll do is she'll acknowledge his complaint. Rather than accepting accountability, she wants to then bring up something her partner did, whether it be current or in the past, that upset her, to try and shift the dynamic and blame and now make him feel like he has to be accountable for something that is completely unrelated to the circumstance in front of him.
And now, Turnaround's theoretical thought. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is, and this is always my favorite part of the segment. Once again, it is time for another edition of Turnaround's theoretical thought with yours truly, because in just a moment, I'm going to give you guys another free theoretical thought based on today's episode about reality star and musicians Safari and Erica Mena, and why Safari cannot stop mentioning Erica Mena's name in his mouth. Here is your free theoretical thought for the day. Once a cheater is always a cheater. But when the breakup is official, don't keep mentioning anybody else's name out your mouth. It can cause confusion, well, not confusion, but it can cause a lot of mishap and a lot of trouble. For the sake of the children, spend time with them and co-parent the kids. There is no need for you to keep mentioning your ex's name out your mouth. That, my friends, is your theoretical thought for today. And this concludes another edition of Turnaround's Theory for today. Hey, listen, let me know what you think in the comment section below concerning today's video. And as a constant daily reminder, I do want to remind you to please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my official YouTube channel. It would in fact help out, and it would be beneficial for the YouTube algorithm. And please don't forget to click on that post notification bell, because you, my friends, will instantly be notified every single time your boy posts up and upload more additional content onto the channel. For Turnaround's Theory, I'm Mr. Turnaround, aka Tenacious T. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you right back here next time for another edition of Turnaround's Theory.